So this is the second video I filmed today, but I wanted to get this filmed, and this is like books I've sort of been like brought up to read. So there's quite a lot of them, so I wanna do my very best to explain what some of them are and maybe read one or two of them. So yeah, these are like books I used to read as a child for kids and might feel reading them. So I'll read the title and then what it says on the back. So this is We Animals Would Like a Word With You. So it's basically if I know what I mean. So it's basically like if an animal could talk, this is what they'd say to you. So it says the animal kingdom is fighting back with biting poetry, and you better listen up because those so-called dumb creatures have got a lot to say. Have you ever said you feel as grizzly as a bear, or called someone a greedy pig? Just who are you insulting? Our furry and feathered friends have feelings too. And John, oh what is this? God, I can't read it. Amazing and animality poems, let them speak for themselves. So shut your beak and prick up your ears and let the critters do the talking. So like telling it like a pig. So you can read it if you want, but this is like an example. Next one is the Lighthouse Keeper's Picnic. So ready for mouth-watering seaside picnic. Mr. Grinling, the lighthouse keeper, loves to eat, and Mrs. Grinling is the best cook in the world. She puts a truly scrumptious spread for a village picnic, but later on Mr. Grinling wished he hadn't eaten so much. Another delicious offering from those authors of the best-selling Lighthouse Keeper lunch, and just as tasty. So basically about this man that works in the lighthouse having a picnic. Next one is The Big Golden Book, Riddles, Jokes, Giggles and Rhymes. So it has 150 reasons to laugh. There are jokes. Have you heard of the one about the broken drum? You can't beat it. Or what do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. Alphabetical chuckles. What is the middle of Paris? The letter R. Lime risks and much more. So rhymes by poems such as Ordinary add fun and a colourful illustration right every page of Larry's life. So shopping for laughs, and they have like so many different like pages and stuff. Next one is The Large Family Collection. So it's a collection of 5 minutes piece, all in one piece, a piece of cake and a quiet night in. I love all of them basically, but 5 minutes piece is where the mum of the family, who is this one. She has loads of kids and she's trying to get 5 minutes by herself, and they all go in the bath with her and stuff. So yeah, there's no blurb on this. So next one is Buster, and it's like a Christmassy one. So nobody wants Buster, the little white dog with a black eye. His heartless family abandons him on the edge of a busy road, and Buster is completely lost. Where should he go? Will no one take him in the cold, snowy winter's night just before Christmas? So it's about this little dog that's trying to find a home ready for Christmas. Don't worry, he finds him. Next one is the Pooh Storybook, and obviously contains 3 of the most memorable episodes of Winnie the Pooh. So what is that? A house is built on Pooh's corner for Eeyore. Piglet is entirely surrounded by water, and Pooh invents a new game and Eeyore joins in. this one. Could do. No, really. These books are so long. Yeah, I'm not going to read this, but it's like some Winnie the Pooh books. And the next one is Animal Stories. I'll definitely read one of them. So, introduce your style to a magic world of animal stories. It's an illustrated collection of 27 original stories and rhymes. Will delight both children and adults alike. There are bunnies and bears, dolphins, dragons, kittens, kangaroos, even tree climbing crocodiles. Every story and rhyme is perfect for reading aloud and sharing it at bedtime or anytime. So we're going to find one about a rabbit. I found one. I'm going to read this once so you can get an aspect. I was going to say aspect of employment level. New boots for rabbit. I'll read it, show you the page, and one morning Rabbit looked outside and saw that it was raining. He remembered his new boots and he hurried to put them on. It's raining out, said Rabbit to his mother. Let's go for a walk and so I can wear my new boots. But Rabbit's mother was busy and said, in a little while, Rabbit, when I finish my work. So he sat, looking at the window, wanted to go outside, which is basically like rabbits I've got, minus the fact they don't wear boots. So Rabbit began to play on his own with his new boots on. With these boots, he says, I can walk into a river and catch the biggest fish in the whole world. And he pretended he was a fisherman pulling a huge fish. No. The rabbit said to his mother, is it time for go to a walk now? Later, replied his mother, because she was still busy. So Rabbit played on his own some more. With these boots, he said, I could be a sailor in a storm, travelling all over the world. And he pretended he was a boat tossing on the sea. When he had finished playing, he called to his mother, are you ready yet? Not quite, answered his mother. One more time Rabbit went off to play. With these boots, he said, I could be an explorer in the jungle. And he imagined himself walking through the rainforest, discovering birds and animals. I don't know how long the story is. At last, Rabbit heard his mother say, time to go now. So together they went for a walk. But what a surprise, the rain had stopped and the sun was drying up the puddles. Rabbit was so disappointed and cross that he felt like crying. He had waited all this time to get his new boots wet, and now the sun was shining. Rabbit and his mother kept walking until they reached the pie. Rabbit began to feel a bit better. Him and his mother could look at the fountain with the little puddles around it, and it was so much fun. Suddenly, someone shouted, oh dear me, help! It was an elegant lady in smart clothes, and her hat had blown into the fountain. I'll get it, said Rabbit, and quickly he waddled into the little pool to rescue her hat. Oh, thank you, said the elegant lady when Rabbit returned with the hat. How lucky that you were wearing your boots. He smiled at the rabbit. With boots like those, maybe someday you'll be a fisherman or a sailorman or an explorer. On the way home, Rabbit felt really pleased and proud, and he skipped along in his new wet boots. With boots like these, he thought, who knows what might happen. Yeah, that was the end. That's how it is. I'm going to read this other rabbit. Mrs. Bunny had twins. What wonderful news, but what other names would she choose? So many relatives had their own views, said old Uncle Boris. Have you thought of Horace, and Doris, and Morris, or Norris, or Boris? Smiled Grandmother Connie. Dear, what about Ronnie, or Bonnie, or Johnny, or Lonnie, or Connie? Cries young Cousin Harry. But what about Barry, and Carrie, and Larry, and Gary, or Henry? Harry, laughed poor Mrs. Bunny. So here's Sunny and here's Honey. Phonemes don't sound funny, but when they rhyme with bunny. So that's them. And I might be now to the part I will reach it. Right. I read Timo, which is the big one. And then I'm gonna end this. 2 leopards were wearing a terrible frown. They wiggled and jiggled and jumped up and down. They twisted, insisted, I can count my spots. They tumbled and grumbled, I'm tied up in knots. They growled and scowled and I hadn't a clue. Then all of a sudden they knew what to do. They bounced and announced and they shook their great paws. You can count my spots and I will count yours. That's cute. So there's like other ones. Loads of loads and loads and loads of different ones. Even a dancing bunny. Oh. Yeah, this is the book. It's really cute. So if you want to read any of them, they'll probably be around somewhere. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this bit of a different video. And I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.